Hey guys, welcome to Break Room Nerds. I'm Super Malbros, and by my side is Azuri23.
So today we're going to be breaking down the PS5 Unreal Engine Tech Demo, pretty much just giving you our opinion on what we want to see from next gen. And so far, this trailer looks incredible.
It does, it showcases what the next gen can actually do. I guess at least on the PS5, just they explain pretty much the technology that goes into it. Uh, you know, they were saying like millions of triangles into just that scene of pebbles that are rolling down, so it makes everything look more realistic.
Yeah, the lighting too in this looks incredible. In this engine, they kind of show you right here. They're showing you all these triangles that help sound and light bounce off of certain scenarios to really give you that full immersion. And these next gen games, if done and developed properly to the full specs of each console, is going to be insane.
Now, my question is, are you able to turn off this feature or not turn off? I would say more of like, are you able to lean towards resolution or frame rate when you're
That's
talking
an
about
awesome
multiplayer?
question. That's a really good question because that is a one thing that I'm still looking for PlayStation 5 and Xbox to answer. Am I capable of picking 1080p 120 frames or 2K 90 frames or 4K 60? Like, am I going to be able to choose what my resolution and frame rate is going to be? That
Yeah,
is
and
something
it's
I
perfect
really want to
for
answer.
yeah, and it's perfect also for the type of game that you're playing. So if you're playing like this game, an adventure like a Tomb Raider slash Uncharted type of game, obviously you want your resolution as high as possible. You want it 4K, and frames is not as important because it's a single player. But if you want to,
Yep.
obviously play Call of Duty or Destiny, and you need your frame rate as high as possible, especially when you're battling someone close combat, I think that they should give you the option of maybe sacrificing a tiny bit of resolution and make your frame rate super high.
I
Because
mean,
this looks great. Look at this, the graphics here, but I can just imagine this graphics being kind of put into like Battlefield or something like that. And if you come across another player and the frame rate drops because the graphic is too good, and that means then you'll die because of that. It's going to be really frustrating for a lot of gamers.
oh no, 100%, I agree. I mean, like what you were saying. If we're playing Call of Duty, I'm gonna be picking 1080p 120 frames. I mean, unless you can get me at 2K 120 frames with little to no lag or input lag or frame drop or anything like that. I'm gonna try and play at the highest frame rate as I can on these next gen consoles over resolution. Resolution is more of a single player experience, in my opinion, just like you were saying.
Yeah, this looks great if I was playing Uncharted or the new Last of Us 2. Obviously, we're all, at least PS4 fans, are all highly, anticipating that game. So resolution for that game is going to be super important. And just looking
Yeah,
at this section where she's walking into a room, and
I
they were
mean
explaining, I
this
think
is
that
insane.
yeah, you can see the bugs, and they actually react to the light, the flashlight that she has.
Hmm.
That's amazing. That's something that we've never seen before. So this would be perfect for like a game like Uncharted or
Yeah,
Last of Us 2. But I
exactly.
don't
And
think it's gonna be.
you can also see when she's walking, you can see the reflection of the light like bouncing off of the metal and going in other directions, which is absolutely insane for a console game.
Yeah, trying to make it as realistic as possible, which is great for these single player experiences. So,
Apparently, this
look at this
statue
statue.
is a real statue, and they literally just took an image of it and uploaded it into the game, and it looks like they just rebuilt the statue and placed
Yeah,
it
it
in
looks
the
like you can
game.
actually touch the statue. Like
It's
you actually
absolutely
can feel it.
incredible. I think they were saying in the trailer when they were breaking this down, and the source for all this will be down in the link below. Is uh, it was like 1 million triangles in one statue, and they have like 30 statues in this room right here. When going into this like whatever room this is, on top of the triangles inside of this room. I mean, this is gonna next gen is gonna be on a whole nother level. Like a new Uncharted game or the Last of Us 2 remastered on PlayStation 5. I'd really be interested to see what that would look like on this engine.
I
I mean,
mean,
look
look
at
at this
this.
scene with the lighting. It's amazing.
It's incredible. If this kind of stuff were to come into next gen console on multiplayer aspect, it would change the multiplayer feel. I mean, you could be shooting at somebody, and let's say you're right behind a car. You could be seeing the reflection of someone in the mirror behind you, and that just changes the way you play the game, because now we all know we have more campers in these shooter games. You could be camping a car and have the reflection of the mirror to guard your back at the same time. So if you see someone come around the corner, you can just turn real quick because now you have race trace lighting, so you can see what's going on behind you along with what's going on in front of you.
Yeah, definitely. That would be perfect for like just angles and stuff like that that you need, especially when you get to like the competitive level of multiplayer, to have those angles and have reflections kind of give you a better position when people come behind you is perfect. I mean, this scene here is she's just flying, and you can see like the rubble coming off of the building. I can just imagine Battlefield or Call of Duty having some kind of like terrain change. I know they did that already for some of the old games, but this can take it to another level, which would
Yeah, but
be amazing.
those terrain changes that you were talking about on those other games was more of like it was to a point where the game was reacting to something that was happening. It wasn't a reactive moment. Like let's say someone shoots an RPG in this game, in this futuristic game, and causes that rubble to happen. Was it Ghost? You had to do Call of Duty Ghost. You had to do certain thing, and it would make change the map. It was like a one time thing. I'd like to see more games, kind of like how Battlefield did it, but it would be to this level. It would be able to change how the map lays out, and it's
Yeah,
a
it
free
completely
will.
changes how you play the map, so
Yeah,
it doesn't get repetitive for players.
where you
The
can't
one thing
figure
I
it
will
out.
have to, yeah, the one thing I have to make, obviously this is opinion, but for criticism, I would say that I love the surroundings for this, and I know this is not really a real game, but I am hoping they can use this new technology and engine to enhance the characters' face and body more so to make it less cartoony. I know some people like that cartoony kind of feel, but for a game like Last of Us or Uncharted, to make it as realistic as possible, to make it look like you're actually like sculpting a real human, I feel like will give it more like it almost detaches me from the world if it's too cartoony. You know what I mean? Because it looks so
Yeah,
realistic in the world, but the character looks like it's drawn off of like Disney. So it just makes me
yeah.
feel like, oh, that doesn't really match up. So I'm hoping they can use this technology to make the face look more more
No,
realistic.
yeah, I
Another
completely agree with
thing
that.
Another thing, really quick before I'm done with my points, is I'm a big sports fan. I play a lot of NBA 2K, and I know a lot of PlayStation players also play 2K. And I think the biggest thing to use this engine is maybe enhance, make it more realistic in terms of like sweat dripping off of players. If you can make
Yeah,
rubble kind of crawl off of buildings, make like right now they already have sweat in 2K, but make it like actually like drip off of the body to make it more realistic. It doesn't look like it's
yeah,
just like a piece of, gloss out of the player's arm. It's
yeah,
actually real sweat, or it actually looks like real sweat. That's going to give more realism, and I think it will help the experience for those, sports players and sports fanatics. So that's just a
yeah.
point I want to know, want to add
That just
to.
that more immersion, whatever they can do for more immersion would just be incredible. I'm really curious to see where sports games go this gen, because it's like I feel like sports games have really come so far from when they first came out, um, back in the early '90s or late '90s or whatever it was, when like Madden and FIFA first became a thing. Um, I feel like they've kind of gotten to like a standstill, like what they can do with their game. So I really like to see like what next gen does for these games, like what push it to the next level, like like I think it's the current FIFA or whatever. I think you had mentioned this earlier, off recording, about how the grass kind of kicks up now when you're playing, but it doesn't feel intuitive. It kind of just feels like it's just there to be there because they wanted to change and make it look as realistic as possible. It just doesn't feel authentic. I just want to have that authentic feeling, and I'm really
Yeah.
hoping to see that from this gen.
Yeah, when someone slide tackles and the grass or the dirt kind of like comes off more naturally with this engine, I think they can actually do that. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know if FIFA or Madden or 2K has uh, this at their disposal, but we'll see. I'm excited to see what they can do on PS5.
Yeah, me too. Well, guys, I think we're gonna wrap the video up there for today. Really appreciate you hanging out with us. Make sure to like, subscribe, share it to a buddy or two. It really means a lot to us. Really help out the channel. Um, leave some comments down below on what you would like us to review next, or we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace, guys.
Have a good one.